Hello. Just debating whether to turn the fan off.
I'll do it. I'll turn it off anyway.
Just open the back door because it's so hot in here.
It's boiling. Welcome everybody. Good to see you.
Hello.
Yes. Relax.
And then just before we went live, Nick farted, and we can't even blame it on the dog.
I'll let one rip. Thanks for sharing that with everybody.
Good job the door's open.
Yeah, we don't have a poor little Monty to blame for that anymore.
Oh,
right. Excuse us, with our usual Sunday chaos. We've been cooking. We have a late Sunday roast sometimes, which we did tonight.
Yeah, well, we don't get home
Manic.
until like 1, 2 after the boot sale, and then
have a snooze.
Well, I had a shower, and then needed some rest before I cooked anything. So yeah, it doesn't happen at lunchtime.
So welcome to our Sunday hangout. We do this every week where we can, and it's just our chance to catch up with you lot and share what's been going on in our little wibbly wobbly world. This week has been bonkers. You'll have seen from the title, we went a bit crazy and have filled many parts of the house with stock. We're going to get into that in a minute. But thanks, Helen. I need to do quite a few hellos, so I'm going to do some speed hellos and thank yous. Now, ETYK85, I don't have your actual name, sent me a CD, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think last week you asked if we'd received a package, and obviously it was sat for a few days.
And a very nice little note. Now, this is REM. I'm a huge REM fan. Sadly, they stopped releasing records quite a while ago now.
Gutting.
They released all their singles from their 1998 Up album on 3-inch little strangely packaged things. I remember these so well. We were both working for Virgin Records at that time, and I did have some of these, but I cleared out loads of my CD singles, so it's lovely to get this. So thank you very much for the gift. That will be a keeper. Love it. Yeah, found this in my pile of stuff. I thought you could add it to your collection. Thank you very much indeed. And then just quickly, people who have chosen to buy from us this week. Amy bought some Stone Roses CDs. Thomas bought some Sony tapes that he saw in a haul last week. Andy bought some CDs. James bought a Good Dinosaur duvet cover that we showed last week. Thanks for that. For his son, Koani. I hope I said that right. And Sandra bought some little electrodes for a TENS machine. They flew out. I thought, wow, I didn't expect them to sell quick, and it was a subscriber. The chap who was in the video who came and bought all of those metal shelves, Mark, wanted a shout out. Oh, actually, I think he wanted the shout out on the quiz channel. But Maddie, if you're watching this, happy birthday. We'll give a shout out on the quiz. David bought a guitar case. Clive bought a mixing desk that we shared in a haul recently. Mark bought that little cuddly Bing toy that was shared recently as well. And Michael, I think it was today, bought Gears of War on the Xbox One.
And Karen apparently has bought the Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, Karen. Oh, okay. I can show you exactly what that is.
And you said Michael at the end, did you?
Yes.
You did.
Thanks, Karen. It's a very cool set. I think it's barely been used, if at all.
Did you buy another one today?
No, I looked at one today, and they wanted a bit much for it. Okay. It was a limited edition one. It's probably worth doing, but I was knackered today. You know when you're at the boot sale and you're so tired, you can't really get in the headspace.
Yeah, well, we went to 2 different boot sales, and the second one, we got caught in 3 rain showers, and by the third one, we were like, we're just going home now. We're absolutely drenched. Even though by the time we got back to the car, it was bright sunshine again, and we were like, oh, we've only been around half of it. But we were just done by that point.
Neither of us had much sleep last night for one reason or another. It was hot. We just couldn't get to sleep. And then we were up at, you were up at like 5, weren't you? 5:30?
5:30, yeah. Well, we left at 6.
And then we were off. Yeah. And then I was up shortly after, and we went off to an early boot sale, and we were just like zombies. So we're not going to share a haul from that this week because it's all in Andrea's quarantine. We'll share some bits from last week.
Although we have had to bring it in the house because we did 2, so we had to bring 1 lot in. So it's all sat in the hallway isn't it?
It's madness,
yeah.
madness.
And Lex would like a shout out for absolutely no reason. So hello Lex.
Right.
Lex did a really good live stream earlier where she sold all her jewellery bags.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Lex. Oh, there we go. Yes. Yes, Lex, of course you can.
I was very tempted on the wooden stuff. But I just don't need more stock right now.
Oh, you wait till, yeah, good Lord. So I can't scroll back to the beginning of the chat. I don't know who was in first, but I'll say a few hellos. Please pop in and say hi if you've got questions and things. If we catch them, we might be able to answer them, but it is tricky. Kurt, Al, I'm feeling supersonic. So romantic.
She must be angry.
Who's angry? Well, because I farted.
Oh no, I'd spend my life being angry. If I was angry every time you farted.
No, well, exactly. Now, Lainey is, I'm guesting on Lainey's channel on Tuesday. I think we're doing it kind of midday. And it's part of this ongoing kind of quiz challenge thing. I'm competing against people that have already played. I'm a bit nervous.
I watched a couple of those.
Yeah. We're good, thanks, Janelle. Good to see you. So, yes, lots and lots of people. Hello.
That's a cool name.
Hello, TK Yorkshire. Vintage. Lots of people. Welcome, everyone.
That's Ellen.
Another reason to wear a mask.
L33 Mrs. is Carrie.
Hello.
Hello, Carrie.
So, yes, I can't say hi to everyone. We'll be here all night. Let me scroll to the end of the chat.
Can I quickly share? I had some friend mail too.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It's a rare occurrence, but I had some friend mail. I had, and it's one's missing because I'm using one already. But I had some hand creams from the lovely Carla Jenkins. And if you saw Carla's waffle last week, you'll see her buying these.
Yeah.
She thought I wasn't actually going to watch it, and I did. And I messaged her and said, I've just seen you in a garden centre, Carla. She was like, oh no, I rumbled. But anyway, they are lovely and they smell gorgeous.
It's a strange thing to find in a garden centre, isn't it?
No, you find all kinds of gifty stuff in garden centres these days. But the reason why is because it's cruelty-free and vegan.
Ah.
The whole range of Heathcote and Ivory.
Made completely of vegans.
And it's absolutely lovely. Yes, I've already started using one.
Good evening, Damien. Says absolutely zero social distancing at my boot fair today. One-way system totally ignored. People calling others out for thievery. Total chaos.
Oh, didn't have any of that.
Well, yeah. The first one, we went to an early one. We got up there at about 6:30, was it?
Half six. Yeah, 6:30.
And they had a one-way. And that was generally being adhered to.
And it was a lot clearer because they painted it on the grass.
Massive arrows on the grass everywhere.
Yeah.
But the second one we went to, apparently there was a one-way system, but we couldn't see any directions or any idea which way you were meant to. So nobody followed it.
We could see signs that said one way. We were like, but which
way?
Which way is one way?
And then the heavens opened, and it was so sad. I saw stalls covered in books and media, just ruined. I mean, people without any way of covering it.
Oh,
the stuff was ruined. Stalls that were all clothing. I mean, it was torrential for like 5 minutes, and then it stopped, and it came back, and there were clothing stalls that was just wringing wet. So
it was such a shame.
We did pick up a few bits today. There wasn't really much on offer that was any really that good for us, but we picked up a few nice bits. We'll share those next week.
Yeah. Anyway, I just showing you that. Yeah, so I can't remember what you were saying. I was distracted.
So yes, but the social distancing wise, yeah, a lot of people seem to have tuned out from that.
God, it was just at some points we had to really remove ourselves, didn't we? And then there were times where you were like buying something or negotiating, and people were just like you said, you turned around, someone was in your face. It was like, oh, it was all a bit much. I'd have to keep stepping back, but. Yeah, there were moments where, you were just surrounded by people, and they made the second one. They made a couple of mistakes. They were supposed to only have stalls on one side, and on 2 rows they had
stalls,
stalls facing each other, and it became very crowded in the middle, and it was all a bit.
Yeah, 2 aisles they'd done it wrong. Excuse me. And the stalls were face to face, and it was just a complete bottleneck. And the one-way thing wasn't working anyway, so it was like, whoa, this is.
Yeah.
And you got a bit anxious a few times.
Yeah, we tried our best to stay.
Yeah.
To stay away from people, to move when people weren't staying away from us.
Tea cakes was a bit crazy at ours too. Just stayed away from the swarms around the Lego and gaming stalls. Yeah. Bought some real one-offs and did handsome today. Good.
I'd say that the first one this morning wasn't as bad. It was okay, wasn't it? It was a lot better set out, and it was just. I think people were just being a bit better. Just generally.
And Bobby the comedian's here all night. Helios started my eBay reselling business a few days ago. Wow. How long do you think it will take until I sell something? How long's a bit of string? As long as you've got stuff that's in demand and it's priced right, it will sell. So ask yourself those two questions. Do your research and you'll sell stuff.
Yeah. Just want to say hello to Ian, if Ian is watching, because we met Ian this morning.
We met a few people today, but had a good chat with Ian.
And then I'm terrible with names, so we met a guy that came to the meetup.
Yes, I can't remember his name.
And I'm really sorry that I've forgotten your name, because I'm really bad with names. But it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, again, obviously. Yeah, and we bumped into someone else as well. Somebody else came up to us and said they enjoyed our videos.
Yeah, we met 4 or 5 people today at 2 Boot Sales, so it's lovely to see you. Let me scroll to the end of the chat again, see what I've missed. Okay. Oh yes, Daryl. Quick. Now the Packlink crazy cheap prices, I believe, are ending. Well, it was end of the month. Are we there yet? Almost. Somebody said to me that the Packlink, which is eBay's own kind of referral system to couriers and Royal Mail, the prices have been crazy. So Hermes, well, as you said there, 145 up to a kilo with Hermes is a huge discount. And I've been sending loads and loads of stuff that I would normally send Royal Mail through Hermes, and the UPS prices have been insane on there as well. I think that ends at the end of the month, but I'm not 100% sure where that came from.
I think only in a few days.
Yeah, I think it's just a promotion to get people aware of the Packlink thing through eBay, and it certainly worked with me. I'd not used it until I was given a heads up about the discounts, and then I've just been ploughing loads of stuff through it. So
you were like, money off? Oh, I must use it.
Well, like Daryl says, 145, when normally that's, even through our Royal Mail discounted, that's getting on for half of what we'd pay. Back door's just shut itself. So we're going to talk a little bit about the haul. Now, as the title says, we have filled our house with stock, and that's not much of an overstatement. We're not going to reveal exactly what it is. I know it's a bit of a tease, but we are making a video. We filmed the chaos when it turned up. A large van turned up, and we emptied it out onto the front lawn, and our neighbours were like, whoa, what on earth? I had a conversation with a couple of neighbours, and they're like,
we don't really talk to our neighbour on that side when she came out to ask you what it was all about.
Yeah. She was like, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, now here's the thing. We won't reveal what it is because the video's coming and we're going to edit it together. It should be quite an entertaining video.
Yes, exactly, Niall. You're teasing us in a very mean way.
No, we're not. You know, if I just told you now, it wouldn't be such a reveal in the video. But let's just say it's a ridiculous amount of stock. But it's not our usual kind of van load.
About a third of it's there.
Yeah, just off camera, it's floor to ceiling of stuff. Now, in recent times, our hauls, well, we had a van load of completely mixed stock from another reseller. We had a van load of completely mixed stock from that charity deal once. This is one product. It's not even, when the Rubik's Cubes was like 6 product lines or something. This is one product.
When is the video going to be out?
Probably Tuesday. But here's the thing. It was a deal that was too good to pass up, but I totally underestimated the volume in size of the products when you multiply it up by how many we bought. and our spare room you can barely walk in now.
You would be able to, yeah. We wouldn't be able to hide it.
Yes,
Yeah.
if the desk is still there behind us, would just be a sea of boxes. So yeah, stay tuned. Tuesday there'll be a video coming out, and you will see it. It was just, I was genuinely worried we wouldn't fit it all in the house. It turns out once you get clever with squirreling stuff away, you can hide a lot of stuff in the house. We filled our spare room. None of it's gone in the loft yet. It's all in the spare room, and here, the back of the office is just filled from here to the end.
Yeah, I'm telling
it's
you, it was
bonkers.
the biggest workout both of us have had for quite some time, moving all of that into the house.
The day after, my back ached, my legs ached, my ankles ached for some reason because of going up and down the stairs. It was just absolute chaos. So Russ, who is the guy, how the deal came about is through YouTube, got in touch with a chap, and we got chatting, and he deals in wholesale. We negotiated a deal, and he bought it all here in a van. So hi Russ, what have you done to us?
Yeah.
He said he
I could
felt
hear
bad
a
leaving.
conversation outside where you were saying, "Yeah, Andrea's looked out a couple of times. She's all right. She's calm."
Well,
I knew what was coming. It's not like I didn't know what was coming.
But I don't think either of us appreciated the scale of it.
I think the amount of boxes.
Anyway, no, Antoinette, I'm being mean, and apart from the scale of the haul, I'm not showing what it is because we're going to edit together a video showing.
He wants you to watch the video.
Well, because it'll be an interesting reveal then, seeing the scale of the problem we had on. God, when did it turn up?
Well, Ray.
What?
There were discussions about should you list it now, and then you would win the listing challenge.
Maybe I did.
Perhaps that was unfair.
Maybe I did list it all and add it to listing challenge. You'll find that out tomorrow.
So
anyway, so yeah, we've had one hell of a week. There were moments, I'll be honest, with this haul. I had that, what have I done? Are we absolutely insane? But I'll talk more about that on
all kinds
Tuesday.
of guesses. Is it Scotch refill tape?
No, I could handle that because they were like this size. Yeah, this is rooms full of stock.
There's a couple of other guesses that
Give-
were quite funny.
Give us a clue.
I haven't to go right back now. Oh, Kim says toilet roll. Ryan says Henry Hoover's.
I'm sure.
Is it a kitten? No, but you've got kittens.
He's got
We've seen your
kittens, new kittens. It's postcards.
Oh yeah, postcards might have been lighter.
Where did that comment go?
I don't know.
So yeah, we're going to share some bits we picked up at a boot sale last week in a sec. But yeah, tea cakes. I'm sure the neighbours think we just have tunnels between rooms full of crap. They see it all arrive in big vans, but never really see it go out in Royal Mail bags.
Must think we're like Mr. Trebus or whatever his name was.
Oh, the hoarder guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Trebus. Yeah, who remembers him? But yeah, our neighbours, I see them peeking when stuff's turning up, or when we come back from boot sales and we're just piling stuff out of the car into the house. They must think, where does it all go?
Christine thinks fancy dress. That would be quite fun though.
No, not fancy dress.
Is it hand sanitizer? No.
No.
It's not people. Wow.
It's not media.
No.
Loom bands. Yes, I bought 1 billion loom bands because come on. Hot products,
Yeah.
right? No, it's not anything to do with the virus.
No.
Hula hoops. What, the snack? I quite like them.
Yeah.
Life of Grime. Was
did
that the show?
Yeah, that was it. I did once go into a shop because I wanted a hula hoop for Ellen, and I went into like a sort of general sort of discount shop and asked them if they had any hula hoops. So she came out with a box full of crisps, and I was like, no, that wasn't what I meant.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah.
Oh wow, you'd have loved it.
What?
That, wouldn't you?
Wow, can you imagine?
Yeah, but you wouldn't resell it. You just keep it. Faster.
I have a vinyl addiction at the moment.
Nerf guns. No, but you did buy some Nerf guns today.
Yes.
And it
So-
isn't car parts again.
Not car parks.
Oh, hang on. Have we missed Matt Walker's shout out of the week? That's early tonight.
Have we?
Somebody just copied it in.
No, I think that's someone else's shout out.
No, it said Matt Walker.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
Somebody's copied Matt Walker's shout
Yeah, I
out
don't know.
request.
Don't know if you did give a shout out or if someone's just beating you to it.
Right, so we can't share today's haul because it's all still in quarantine land. But picked up a few bits last week.
If you did give a shout out, Matt, then can you put it in again because I can't find it.
I'm
absolutely knackered.
Well, it's been put back in there.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if it's actually Matt Walker or if somebody's just being silly. So I'll wait until I see it from Matt Walker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dean's wife wants everyone's wife wants a shout out. Hi, Dean's wife.
Oh, and the Maverick thinks it's t-shirts, it's merch. No.
Cube repair kits. Anyway, we popped out to a local charity shop. No, actually, one we don't normally go in, which is
here we are.
Oxfam.
Here we are. Before we start. Well, blame Matt, not me. Blame Matt.
It's just getting into my flow.
Hi, Matt. It says, hi, Nick and Andrea. Could you give a shout out to my wife, please? Hi, Jem. I'm very excited about our local car boot opening soon. Fed up of overpriced Facebook and Gumtree tat. Very rare to get a bargain. Yes.
I've not even
Boot
been on
sales
Facebook.
Are amazing. I just wish they weren't as ridiculously busy.
If you whisper, no one can hear.
Yes.
Yeah, hi Matt and Jem, good to see you. So we don't normally pop in Oxfam in Hitchin here where we live because they tend to price quite high, which is fine. You know, they do very well out of it. But we popped in, well, actually they had a little clearance thing out the front with some books and some toys. So I picked up a couple of toys and went in to pay. And then we had a browse as you do. And I picked up a wonderful condition We Fit in, look at that, the box is shiny and new for £5. So it just goes to show, I think we all know those charity shops where we think there's never anything in there, it's not worth going in. And I think we should eat that frog and go in and have a quick look down again, because I don't know if We Fit's come down, but certainly during the early stages of lockdown, anything We Fit related went through the roof. So for £5, I was going to grab that. There's no software, but I can. Ironically, I sold my backlog of We Fit software. I keep in stock for exactly this scenario, but I can pick one up easily.
Yeah, majority of the time that is really overpriced in there, isn't it? And we kind of walk in, look around a little bit, and then walk out again.
Yeah. Well, normally that would be like £20 in there. Not joking, but a £5, I was like, hang on, is that right?
But that's the second charity shop in Hitchin that's opened now, isn't it? So we've only got two to choose from, so might as well have a look. Anyway, Kelly would like a shout out. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly. So I like picking these up. These are Monster High. Ooh, what?
Thank you, Vicky.
Opens Monday, right? Oh, they're closing at 4:30. Interesting. A lot of the ones we've only been to a couple. They're closing early here in Hitchin, 4, isn't it? Because they're having to do a clean down every day.
Oh,
So,
look, Neil's got a tip.
What? Oh, okay. Well, it might have been Mark we were speaking to.
Yeah, it's a nice guy. He says, "Oh, I just waved back."
Hello. Anyway, right. I picked up a couple of these. I do like making bundles of Monster High. This is a strange one. Check her out. Look at that. What's wrong with that, Karen? I do like my dollies.
That is funky. Look at that.
It's very strange looking. It's like a mermaid thing.
Yeah, Gothic
Oh, look,
mermaid.
that's hidden. Oh, hang on. No. Oh, it
so that she can
stands.
stand up.
Right, never seen that one.
That's cool.
Anyway, a couple of those I think were 50p each. I tend to bundle them up, but if you can be bothered to find out their names, some of them sell for really good money on their own. Nick, I can send you a refit. It may need resurfacing, but I don't have a machine. That would be cool. Yeah, I'll have to DM you, or you DM me, and we'll exchange details. That would be fantastic, Damien. Thank you. It is funny that I literally had a stack, and because prices went up just on the Solus software, I stuck it all on and sold it all within 24 hours. Typically, I now find one.
Hi, Julie. She says, can me and my daughter Jennifer have a shout out just because we love you and you brighten our mood? Of course you can. Hello, Julie.
Hi,
and Jennifer.
Julie. Great to see you. Was it Julie's daughter whose video we watched the other week? Is that what we were talking about last week? Yeah. Now, Andrea, where are your curtains? Oh, they're there.
Where are my curtains? Yeah. So. Right then.
I've got to compose myself. Yeah, talk about your butter dish.
Yeah, and then you listed it. Took the fun out of it for me.
Oh yeah, don't leave stuff in my office. I'll list it in a flash.
Yeah, so it's a 70s butter dish.
I reckon it could even be 60s. I love
but yeah,
this.
look, it has got marks on it. I said it did. You said no, it doesn't. No, it has got a mark on it there.
I looked over and didn't think it was used, but anyway, it is very cool, and I love the way that back in the days where all plastic was a selling point.
We're gonna have to revise the listing system.
Okay.
It's got definite marks in it where a knife has been in there.
So it's made in Hong Kong. I'm sure it says made in Hong Kong.
It does. It says on the bottom here.
There you go. And how uncommon is it to find something like that with a
really
box?
Cool.
But it's so, I don't know, kind of, yeah, 70s kitchen, camper van. People with camper vans collect this sort of stuff as well to go with their themed coloured camper vans. But yeah, very, very cool. So you grabbed that for, what was it, 50p or a pound? Might have been
a bit more than that. Been a couple of quid.
Look, it's listed for 15. Had nothing to go on really. We may have been able to push higher, but it didn't fly off the shelf yet, so I think that's probably about right. I just think that's a very cool retro item.
I was struggling for things to buy, and then I was seduced by her curtains.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Shelley says that butter dish is amazing. Surprised you could part. I know, but I don't eat butter, do I? So. But yeah, it is lovely.
It's just one of those things. I can see if you were into that, or you were trying to do a 70s themed kitchen, you'd be like, oh, I have to have that in my life, right? So hopefully somebody is happy to pay 15 for that and have it in their life.
Shall I show everyone my curtains?
You can show whoever you like your curtains, dear.
The first pair haven't actually had out of plastic yet.
Do you want me to open them?
Yeah, they are these, and we don't think they've been used.
No.
Might be wrong. She's been out of being used.
They say one pair.
Brown.
Oh, it's even brown. It's even got the measurements on, so we don't. Yay! We'll have to double check the measurements.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, definitely.
But these are very 70s again, really, aren't they?
Very 70s.
They're kind of
70s, 80s.
Oh, they're very soft as well. Yeah, they've got the card little rigid bits in still.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever been out of the packet since manufacture. So now you paid a little bit for these, didn't you?
Yes. Well, I first saw these ones. Now, I hope you've got your sunglasses on.
Looks like toweling. I'm not sure it is. It's very textured though.
These were the ones I saw first. Well, I saw them both actually, and asked her how much her curtains were, and assumed that she meant she gave me a price on all of them. And what did she say to start with? I think she said £8 to start with, and then I offered her less, and then she went to 5, and then I realised she only said 5 on these ones. So I think in the end we ended up paying £8 for all of it. Maybe, I think so. But yeah, these ones. Look at these.
Maybe was it 8 in total with that as well?
I don't think so.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, you might be right.
There are three of these. So look at that pattern. That's Nick's wearing the curtains again.
I'm giving you a backdrop.
That's so cool. So most people will go, oh, that's horrible, but I just think that is so cool.
I don't know, I don't mind that actually.
I don't know, they might be handmade.
This reminds me of mine then. I mean, it's proper.
Yeah, look at the runners on them, the little plastic ones.
Oh, they're all individually stitched on.
Yeah, I think these are handmade. They're very cool. Very, very 70s. It's like the 70s just threw up on them.
Well, just as material, I think that's worth the money.
Yeah.
You could easily sell that just as material for somebody to repurpose into.
Exactly.
The dust coming off these, geez.
They've been sat around for like 40 years.
See, an upholsterer maybe could use these, or someone to make cushions or whatever.
Flashbacks to caravan holiday, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, in fact, it might be something that somebody, oh dear, somebody would want for their camper.
Caravan curtain.
Yeah.
I need to go and get more drink.
Okay.
Tell you what, my allergies are terrible today. I think the pollen count was so high today. I got home, my eyes were red and streaming.
Look, I finished showing curtains. I've got nothing else to show, so I'll get you a drink. And you can carry on showing.
Since I got back from the boot sale, I've been sniffing and eyes have been streaming and itching. So I think the grass pollen count was stupid high today. Or tree pollen is terrible for me. So anyway, now you've all seen Andrea's curtains. Hope you enjoyed that. I think they'll do well. Still going. Right.
You alright? Have you died yet?
Not quite. Where do you want these? Let's blow my nose. Thank you, dear. Yeah, so it's interesting because I don't naturally tune into that sort of thing. I stood right in front of these curtains and didn't even spot them, and you were just like,
yeah, well, you know,
homed in.
Orange and brown, gaudy looking. I'm on there.
However,
Sue Robinson says we had some of those type of curtains in my grandparents' beach hut in Mablethorpe. Adrian is here all night as well. Nick, it's only curtains. Pull yourself together, man.
Oh dear. Right.
So ETYK85, who sent you that cool REM thing.
Yes. I don't know if you were in earlier, but we did shout out. Thank you so much.
Please don't die on the live stream.
I'm trying very hard not to die. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so Andrea's tuned into that sort of stuff, and quite often we'll be stood at the same stall, and I literally won't see something that could be quite, you know, potentially valuable. But I am tuned into this sort of thing. I spotted this a mile off. Now this, I had a very similar set as a kid, actually. This is vintage Hornby. It's a double engine 125 set with a single carriage. It's got the original price sticker on there of £25.95. I paid 20, which feels like a lot in a field for a toy train. But top end of these on Buy It Now is 50 to 60. So I should do okay on that. I've not seen many online with the packaging, so that's going to add some value to it. So there you go. Really nice thing. Looks barely used. Sounds nice.
Yes, I have. Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, the grey was all too much. I needed to put some colour on it.
Yeah, you're going to dye my beard next, aren't you? Right, I grabbed this
Oh.
as well.
We have a super chat from Reselling White Boy. Thank you. Just ordered blinds for my shed through your links.
Ah, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, you mean the pull down like backdrop one? Yeah, that's been really handy for your office, hasn't it?
Love that.
Thank you
Cool,
very
thank
much for
you.
the super chat. Appreciate that. And go through to the channel if you haven't gone and had a look. Now, this I picked up just because it was really cool. Really. There's not a great deal of value in these. I think I've listed it at £13 or £10 plus shipping, one or the other. It's one of these, like, you put your legs in it. If you're a kid, it wouldn't fit me. I've tried. And then these go over your shoulders and you hold on to its reins like that and you become a dinosaur. But yeah, I quite liked it.
Yeah, it's just fun, isn't it?
And if it doesn't sell, there's so many kids in our family, one of them will receive this. But yeah, a couple of pounds at a boot sale. I'm always taking that home because it's brilliant. You know, thumbnail shot. So yeah, there was that. We didn't buy much because there wasn't a great deal there. This is last Saturday. We didn't go to anything on the Sunday. So we only went to one little boot sale, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not quite an ostrich though. Is it an ostrich that Bernie Clifton made? No, it wasn't, was it? Oh, was it?
No, that was the guy who died falling off his roof.
Yeah, but what did
Rod Hull.
What did you Bernie Clifton, who used to skip around on or something? What was it?
Oh, right.
That
was a bird as well, wasn't it?
It was a bird of some description.
I'm thinking of emu.
Yeah.
Bernie Clifton. Yeah, that was he was inside his his bird as if he was sat on an emu or an ostrich. Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, yeah, try it on."
I can't get in it. There's some kids' books there, but that's about it. Is that all we bought at the boot sale?
We didn't buy a lot, did we?
Last week.
No.
All right.
Although you did say you'd listed some of it. So
I think some
you might
of
have listed it and put it away.
Yeah, I think so. Because I was on this crazy listing challenge. I was just listing. I was just going, give me things to list.
Listing what you could see.
So yeah. Well, we're done then. See you later.
That's that then. I'll just sit and have a coffee.
Yeah, excellent. Bernie Clifton's bird was an ostrich, right?
Yes, I was right. Yeah.
So that makes sense. Orange ostrich, right? Rod Hull fell fixing his TV area. That's what I'm saying. He fell off his roof.
No,
What a way to go!
Absolutely tragic.
Yes. We can't confirm nor deny these rumours.
But wasn't Bernie Clifton on The Voice? Didn't he go on The Voice?
What?
A couple of years back. I'm sure he did.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I have no idea.
Where's my T-shirt from? I don't know. It was a Christmas present from Ellen. Oh yeah, there's Ian.
There you
Hello,
go.
Ian.
Yes, we gave you a shout out before I mentioned it. It was
He
nice
also
to
had
chat.
a nice trolley.
Yes. Ian had a nice red trolley,
Yeah.
contrasting with our blue. Yeah, nice to meet you. Question, have your sales slowed down now the shops are back open? Things have slowed from what it was like at the beginning of lockdown, for sure. But we're still ticking along quite well. It's helped that I listed a load of stuff this week and we've sold some really nice high value stuff. One thing that's sold, which is worth having on your radar, let me show you this. Oh, I haven't shown the Duplo yet. Hold on.
So you're putting up your listing challenge, or are you going live tomorrow for your listing challenge thing?
Yeah. Yep. Derek and George and others.
Or what time is that then?
I think we're going for 6 tomorrow. And
Well, I don't get told these things. I don't know.
I barely know what I'm doing.
I only knew you were going to be on Antique Serena's Edward's channel because I saw him schedule it.
Oh, dust in here is mad. Communication is overrated.
Oh, that's really dusty.
Yeah, well, I wanted to share this. I listed this. It's been in the loft for 2 years.
Oh dear.
It is a tree hog.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure on. Yeah. Julie says Jennifer was with me at the meetup in November. My other daughter Yasmin did the video. So
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I did think it was a different daughter when you showed me the video. Yeah. So anyway, this is a tree hog, tree surgeon's harness. You know, when they sling the ropes up the trees and then they basically abseil and do their work with chainsaws, etc. This sold within hours for £100. And yeah, I actually wore it for the pictures. That was quite fun. But yeah, it's something to look out for. That's the brand tree hog. You can see at the bottom. This is a Razorback TH5000. There's several different like product numbers, but they all seem to sell and sell really well. So if you see something like that, they don't look much. It's like climbing harnesses, and they sell well as well. Something like this, though, just a word of warning: if it's perished or it's worn or it looks like you know, it's been abused, just don't pick it up, because you don't want to be selling something that's supposed to protect somebody's life when they're hanging from a tree. You don't want that on your conscience. So I thoroughly checked this over, and there's absolutely no frame or wear with that, but just be aware of that. It's got some really nice carabiners and stuff on it. So yeah, that was a nice sale.
Yeah. Coda Flipper Lee says, after obsessing over the years channel, I finally found some green glass at the car boot today. I'm hoping it's uranium glass, but I can't check it yet as I don't own a UV light yet. Yeah, you can't pass that through the telly.
You want one? We when we had our gaming shop, the police were doing a campaign for UVing stuff, and this was actually given to a lot of, well, it's given to our shop certainly by the police, and some UV marker pens. We've got out of the habit of doing it. I used to do it on all consoles and stuff like that. We would like write on whatever we put on it. I can't remember the name of our shop and the postcode or something. But yeah, you can pick these up fairly cheaply and use them for checking your uranium glass. Yeah.
Paul's got a question. The answer to that is we have auto feedback set. So when someone leaves us feedback, then it auto feeds back to them.
Yeah, we set it up so auto does it a long time ago.
Yeah, I'll leave you to read.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's have a look. Just be aware on the tree harness, unqualified lifting sling inspector and lifting gear and harnesses have a shelf life of 10 years. Some manufacturers are less. Just check. It's a very good point, but I would have no reference for how old it is. I was very careful to go over everything and check that all the webbing was fine and there was no wear on it. I'm going to put a note in and actually email the buyer as well to say to them to get it safety checked for their peace of mind. But yeah, as for how old it is, this was bought as part of a job lot from somebody else who would have bought it at auction, because that's where they sourced from. So yeah, it's an interesting point.
Oh yeah, Kay saying about David Bowie set at 9:30. Yeah, we watched Adele last night before I went to bed. That was good.
Yeah, they're kind of doing a fake Glastonbury, because of course they can't have Glastonbury.
Well, they would have been there anyway, but you know, it's still sad.
This dust is still catching on my foot.
I'm so tired now.
Are you flaking out? Oh, look, we're a cool couple. I always thought so. Now it's been confirmed.
Thanks, Steve French.
Thank you, appreciate it. But we are far from a cool couple, as you can imagine.
We're not very cool at all, actually.
Oh, it's just jumped.
Yeah. Peter says I'm green. I feel exactly the same way. I just had a moment where I was like, oh, Oh my goodness, I could just go to bed right now.
Just lazy. I do like to grow a beard out sometimes, but I don't like it when it gets to that point where it gets itchy and scratchy. But
Itchy and scratchy,
yeah,
from The Simpsons.
they are from The Simpsons. Yes, I need to have a shave. Really, I can't stop sniffing. I need to blow my nose. I have allergies, right? And today the pollen was everywhere, and I've been sneezing and running eyes.
Do you think it was worse because it was raining?
I don't know. That should take it out of the air.
Yeah, I thought that afterwards, but.
And then to add, to add to it, I have quite severe dust allergies. So when we start moving the stock around, it sets it all off. I apologise for the sniffing. It's hard not to.
It's very difficult to have an allergic reaction without sniffing.
Okay. Job lot of allergy tablets. I need some more actually. I'm running low. I take like Puriton and stuff like that.
I think there was some in the cupboard in the kitchen.
Bradley asks, where do you get most of your stock from?
Most of it's from boot sales.
Yeah, if you can watch back videos, we share most of what we pick up. Predominantly boot sales is what you'll see in the videos, but also we like to buy in bulk where we can. We've also sourced at auction and jumble sales, jumble trail things, which are the most fun.
Oh yeah, I love a jumble trail.
Yeah, but boot sales are good.
If anyone's got any questions, just pop them in because we've got a little bit of time to kill.
Yeah, that's just unlike us. We're kind of
we're just sitting here like, oh, can we just go to sleep? The question. I picked up from a guy a large job lot of NEC Japanese import games, and there is this bootleg Splatterhouse, which is rarer than the original, and it's collectible. Would you sell it on eBay?
I don't see why not. Yeah. I suppose the other option is with that would be to go onto some of the collectors forums or something like that, or the Facebook gamer buy and sell sites. But personally, I'd just stick it on eBay. I've sold some pretty rare gaming stuff in the past on eBay and done really well. So yeah.
So this is a good reason to shave.
I need to shave. Yeah, we like making them. They're fun videos to make as well. Because it's the proper treasure hunt. I mean, it's a treasure hunt at a car boot sale, and they're quite fun videos to make. But they're chasing around with a map, trying to find the stalls and then trying to find the stuff. Just makes a real kind of Annika Rice feel of the whole thing. Driving around trying to beat the other dealers to the stalls and stuff.
No, it should be Tuesday, you said, for.
Yes, we were just talking about how chaotic it's been this week with the haul, but I didn't want to kind of give it all away because we've been filming. We filmed when it arrived, and we're going to edit together a video and share exactly what it is and our opinions on what we've let ourselves in for.
So Flipping L, hello, said I managed to snipe. What's that?
One or 5 or 1/5 of an item.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I do it manually. What snipe tool is good, and does it cost anything? Used up all my energy with the adrenaline rush. Yeah,
a sniping tool really is good if you remember to set up your snipes, and I messed up twice this week. Thinking I'd already set a snipe up. Let me see, I might be able to show you the page or the site I use. Let me see if I open it up. There's no personal info on it.
Bear with.
Computer's going so slowly.
Oh, you're not logged in.
Oh, yeah, that'd help. Come on, computer, think about it. You can do this. You can do this.
It's just spinning.
Yeah, I'll wait and see if that opens up. Goof Bid is what I use. It's completely free, and I've not, touch wood, had any problems with the snipes going through. I use that to bid on stock when I'm doing sniping for stock. Not that I've done much of that in recent years, but mainly for my record collecting.
My brain's working as quickly as this computer. Can you request more listings without a business account? Do you know, I don't know. It's been so many years since we have had a business account. We are not really up on all of that. So I don't know.
So you're talking about having listing limits on a personal account. I know that you can ring them up and ask and explain that you need more listings, and I know people have had some joy with that.
On a personal.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's nothing. You might as well ask the question, right?
Yeah.
And say, can you lift my restrictions?
Yeah.
Ring them up.
We're not the people to talk to you about uranium glass, but if you go to the YouTube channel over the years, they have some amazing videos about uranium glass.
Yeah.
And you can learn all about it.
Yeah, speak to Tim. He's a wonderful guy. He gets so excited about that stuff. If you're not excited about uranium glass, after watching a few videos of Tim, you will be.
A jumble trail is a bit like a garage sale trail, but it's like community garage sale trail. So it's all set in one village or one town, and people put out tables of their stuff outside the houses. And yeah,
and they produce a map which you can either get off a website, or some we've been to, there's like a central place where you go and you might pay £1 or so for the map, and then that guides you into all of the households that are having a sale, and you drive around the village or town like a crazy fool, reading a map, and see what goodies you can find. We are still planning on doing one in Hitchin, because there's never been one that we're aware of.
About 3 years.
But we never get round to it.
Hello, Katrina. Are you finding a lot more traders than genuine car booters? Yes. And today, the one we went to, the second one we went to, was like that. And I remembered, we hadn't been there for a long time. And I remember the last time I went, I thought, I was just annoyed because most of it was just traders. And I'd forgotten, and I wish we hadn't gone to that one now. But yeah.
Yeah, there was a high percentage at the particular one we went to today. And the stock, what we were looking for anyway, was very thin on the ground.
Yeah. We
did pick up a few nice bits today, which we'll share next week. But it was a bit of a struggle to find much. Oh, yeah. But I just remembered
something. Lovely vintage clothes, which I might do a standalone haul for maybe at the end of the week once it's sat for a while, because I normally leave it for like 4 days.
Oh yeah. And it was interesting. I was at a stall and they had a big bin of 90s music CDs, and there was nothing in there of any value, but I picked out 3 Arctic Monkeys card sleeve gatefold ones because they bundle up really well. And I was just enjoying rummaging through lots of 90s music and 2000s music, and then at the corner of my eye I saw Andrea picking up clothing after clothing, and like had a pile like this up to her head. And I was like, you weren't buying clothing, what's going on here? And I was watching the stall holder who was in front of me. Andrea's over to my right, and the stall holder was just staring at Andrea going,
it was 50p an item. 50p an item.
Picked up the lot.
And it was very nice stuff. And yeah, and then another woman, because as soon as you start picking up stuff, you attract people, don't you? It just happens. And then this other woman comes along and starts looking, and then she took one of the vintage dresses. Grumpy about that. I was like, oh no, I wanted that.
So we think the stall holder was into her vintage fashion and was just having a clear out, because all of the clothing was 80s and 70s stuff.
That sort of period? It was 70s to 90s, I reckon.
Yeah, so
Might have even been a couple of 60s dresses. I'm not sure.
we thought that would make an interesting separate haul, because a lot of people are into the clothing. Equally, a lot of people are not into the clothing, so we'll put that out as a separate video. But something else we picked up last week, underneath the stall, was that. And I was quite shocked when they came back and said that's £3 for the box full. So we did quite well there.
Yeah.
It's Duplo, if you couldn't see from that last shot. I mean, that's me in profit, just on those baseboards. And then there's loads of cool stuff. Some Winnie the Pooh bits. Oh, Ellen had this.
Yeah, she did.
I wonder if the Pooh's in here.
She had a Pooh and a Tigger.
Steady.
So, Mexico's got a serious question here.
Who?
How many pies could you eat in one sitting?
Well, that depends how big the pies are, doesn't it?
Depends what the pies are. Mince pies, I could probably eat a whole packet. I don't know, probably not.
Outrageous. All of the pies, Lex, that's how many I'd eat. So yeah, £3 for what's probably, hold on, guesstimate, 5 kilos of Duplo. Happy days.
Cara says, my sister's been eating local honey. That's really helped with her allergies. But you don't like honey, do you?
Well, I don't mind honey, but it's not a go-to. It needs to be. My dad's a beekeeper, for crying out loud. We can get endless free honey.
I know. That's another how long is a piece of string answer.
That's a big question, Kurt.
But if you follow Mrs. M, what's her channel name?
That.
She's not just Mrs. M, is she? Or is she? I don't know. I've had a brain fart. Anyway, if you follow Caroline, who's Mrs. M, and you subscribe to her channel, she does have an ebook that you could purchase, which gives you a rundown of different brands of clothing to look out for.
Isn't she fancy? But an interesting point about that is that what might be worth looking out for now may not be in 6 months. Trends in clothing come and go, fashions come and go, brands come and go.
That's very true.
So, I mean, by all means, search for old videos of what clothing to pick up, because there's thousands of them. But then be aware to do your research and to qualify the advice, because it changes so rapidly. I know nothing about it. Andrea is the clothing person in this for us, but it's ever changing.
It's ever changing, and I'm tending not to pick up high street stuff as much at all, really. But yeah, I'm only picking up like interesting stuff or stuff I know that will sell for a lot.
Interesting question on the curtains. These won't need a wash.
I don't think they do need a wash.
They don't smell.
I mean, yeah, maybe they're a bit dusty and they smell like they've come from the attic.
It's you know what your nana's house used to smell like, or you know, if you've still got your nana, that would be wonderful. What her house smells like, that's this smell, but it's not a bad smell. Oh, it takes me back though.
It's a nice sort of vintage smell.
Old smell. Yeah. But I don't think we'll wash them.
Not a horrible old smell. A nice old smell.
The other ones are, I think, new in the packet, so they won't be washed.
No, they definitely don't need washing.
Yeah.
James is worrying about your harness.
Oh. Okay, well, it is sold, and I will put an advice thing in with it. But it has gone.
There you go.
Please do a journal trail.
Yeah. Well, look, let's just make it a priority and get this organised and do it, because we've talked about it so long. Just need to do it. We
do need to do it, yes. We need to get onto that.
James has something to add to that. And oh no.
No,
Tuesday.
We've talked about the scale of it and stuff, but because we were making it or filming when it turned up, and the chaos that ensued. Yeah, we're going to reveal exactly what it is in that.
So Coda Flipper is answering the uranium thing. It's a bit radioactive and it glows in the dark if you shine UV light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of glows green, doesn't it? Tim's on his channel shared videos about how he takes pictures showing it glowing as well, which are really effective.
Oh dear, sensory overload, Niall. Oh, Gary. The car boot you sell at was mad today. Oh, well, we didn't go to that one today.
We went to a different
kind
one.
of wish we had, to be honest, because we didn't find a lot and we got very wet at the other one.
Yeah, I don't know if you got rained off I assume you're talking about Hatfield there. You probably had the same rainstorms that we did.
We ever tried house clearance pickups?
I've bought from house clearance guys. I've never tried.
Becca did that recently, actually, when she was needing stock. She got in touch with some house clearance people.
Right.
I went over and picked from their warehouse.
No, only at boot sales. Hi Mary, is it worth buying bulk DVD lots and selling individually to get started on selling on eBay? It's a way to build up feedback, but with DVDs, you'll find most aren't worth anything and will be hard to sell because you'll be competing directly with the likes of Music Magpie and others, and you can't compete on price really because they get such good postage discounts. They can sell things for less than you can ship them in some cases. It's crazy. So, you know, it's a weird one. I still sell media, but most media, unless it's brand new and sealed, that's a whole different ballgame, isn't worth messing with.
Yeah.
Not trying to put you off, but it can be a struggle to sell it.
You had a good theory on that the other day. Well, not a theory, but you actually had a good answer to that the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Really, it made a lot of sense about sort of their business model and about you can't even remember, can you? I can't remember what you said either.
Were you talking to me?
Yes.
I don't know.
No. Yeah, because you came in and you said to me, well, it makes sense why they do that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I never really thought about that.
I can't remember the conversation.
But yeah, it is frustrating. More questions. Can you sell used motorbike helmets?
People do. I know a lot of people avoid it because, yeah, it's questionable whether because you don't know the history of it, whether it's been involved in an accident. But if you look on eBay now, there'll be hundreds, if not thousands, for sale.
My answer to Ashley's, would you rather sail around the whole world on a sailboat or drive around Europe only in a camper, would be I'd like to drive around Europe in a camper.
Yeah. Yeah, I love sailing. I've done a lot of sailing, but I think I'd probably still rather tour around in a camper. Because sailing around the world is quite an endeavour, and most of the time you'll see nothing but sea.
I might be very sick as well.
Yeah, and you wouldn't. We went on a catamaran in where were we? Canaries.
Yeah.
And Andrew spent the whole time in the cabin trying not to puke over the.
They gave
over
me
the
a
boat.
bag. Oh, it was just awful.
I climbed out on the rigging. There was between the two hulls. There was this netting, and I climbed out on the front and was going under the waves and stuff with David, our nephew. And whilst you sat in the cabin going,
yeah, just not living my best life. Yeah. Well, thanks. I'll tell Angela when I see her.
Andrea, yeah, thank you very much.
I don't know. Why do you? That's a good question. Yeah.
Does anyone find they're having more issues with buyers not reading listings or looking at photos? I'm having more issues with this recently.
Yeah.
I think that the culture now is buying on your mobile. Scroll, 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 click, done. So I think certainly I found people aren't going into the description, which is an extra step on your mobile phone now, isn't it? Not particularly even easy to find the description. So I'm finding people do look at the pictures, but that's all they base it on. And if you put in your description, by the way, it has this issue, or by the way, you need to be aware of this, quite often they won't have read any of that. I've
I
found
tend
that.
to try and put it in the comments section at the top, because
Yeah.
that tends to come up at the top of the description on mobile.
Yeah, the description box,
yeah.
the little bit at the top. Yeah. Aye. Question to you both: when you purchase something new at a car boot sale, do you take a punt or do you do some research whilst out and about? A bit of both with me.
Yeah.
Depends on the investment. I think if something's cheap and you think, yeah, I'll give that a go, I'll just do it. If I'm spending a bit more, yeah. Thanks, Vanity Hair and Makeup. Yeah. So you've had that your whole life.
I know. I had a best friend called Amanda, who still still probably one of my best friends, and people used to mix us up all the time. I was always Amanda, she was Andrea. It's just nightmare when you have similar names.
Well, I would say, Ray, start one. They are, with the power of Facebook these days, quite easy to set up, I think. Not that we've actually managed to set ours up yet. But yeah, buck the trend. Start one in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
It's basically just an organised yard sale, isn't it? Getting a bunch of people to have a yard sale on the same day. That's all it is. Doesn't really need much organising.
Okay, this has skipped to the bottom now, so if I've missed any questions, then I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up soon anyway.
Thoughts on eBay managed payments?
I'd say until we're signed up and using it.
But I was saying that as a buyer, I think it's going to be really good that you can use Google Pay and Apple Pay. And I can see why they're doing it, because most checkouts for online shopping these days use Google Pay and Apple Pay and lots of different things. So in order to keep up the times, I can see why they're going in that direction. So I think that can only be a good thing, and it can probably bring more custom to our shops because we offer that. So
that's a good question.
I think it's just become a normal part of life. I haven't known anything different for 20 years.
When we get a big haul, I get overwhelmed. I get just overwhelmed with stuff. The haul that you'll see in the video that will be coming out, it'll be Tuesday now. You'll see the scale of this one, and there's always I haven't started tackling it yet because I need a few days to just come down and just getting it all in the house and stowed away safely was enough. And then I need a couple of days just to decompress, and then I'm methodically start dealing with it. It was the same with the car parts haul, and this is a haul on the scale of that. It's a lot mentally to take in, and when you do live with it, I mean, we have a kind of separation between the offices and the living area of the house. Yeah. But it's literally just a door away. And
what was Ellen's comment when we were bringing all that stuff in? She said, "It's not going in my room." Now that we put it in there.
Yeah.
She doesn't have stock. She won't even put her own stock in her room. That's sat in the living room. And that is the only stock in the house that's in the living room. That's Ellen's.
Yeah, because Ellen is now reselling. And she's also creating her own products and doing well with that. So that's really encouraging to see. But it's a very good point, and there is a certain amount of anxiety that does come from having the stock where you live. There are huge benefits to having off-site storage, but there's also big negatives to that as well. And we've been down both. We've had retail, we've had warehouse space and off-site office space, and each one has benefits and downsides as well. when we deal with a big haul, I do sometimes wish we just had storage that I could use, even if only temporarily. But as soon as you go down the road of having storage, it's like you just fill it up quite quick, and then you need more. And yeah, so being quite limited, I think, is good for us. Otherwise, I'd just be buying every deal that came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, good question though. Okay, best time of the year to sell books? I don't know that there is one. I think books are perennial. Okay, should we wrap up?
Yeah. Joan Glenn Martin says, only up to a hoarder house. I've just emptied my antique centre unit. Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy when we shut the shops down and bought all this stock back.
Yeah, when we closed the media gaming store we had, this room that you'll have seen in my videos was filled with media, crates and crates and crates, just stacked as high as you like. And I spent a few years just selling media online. It was an interesting question. I was just going to. I would say no to that one. I know some people do pack stuff in advance, but I think it has its downsides.
Because if somebody then messages you and says, could you tell me blah, 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 or could you measure this for me? Which I get with clothes all the time because I do seal them in a poly bag. And then somebody says, could I have a measurement for blah, 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 which you haven't even thought about measuring. And I just have to ignore it because otherwise I just go through poly bags like nobody's business. So, yeah.
Quickly, Jack, hi, good to see you. What console games sell the best? I bought 8 PS2 games today, wondering if they sell. Yes, they do, but a lot of PS2 games sold in huge numbers and will be quite common. But there are also PS2 games that can be worth a lot of money. It's certainly becoming a more and more collected format, the PS2, the older it gets. I mean, we're now onto PS5. But yeah, all consoles have a collector's market, but the older you get, I think the demand goes up. I love picking up the vintage Nintendo stuff that flies out. But PS2 stuff will sell, but a lot of it is common. So just do your research and find out what you're likely to get back on it. Okay.
Right, I think we're going to leave it here because we're shattered.
Yes.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you indeed.
Sorry to be a little bit of a tease, but I don't want to spoil the video that's coming out. We will see you tomorrow for this listing challenge when I find out how badly I've been beaten by George and Derek and probably Andrew as well. I think we've decided we're going for 6 on that. So if you're about, I will see you there for my humiliation. And then hopefully Tuesday we'll have this video where it showed the madness that was the haul we have now got in our house.
And then also we're quizzing as well at 8 o'clock. Are you going to have time to eat dinner in between?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, and we haven't, as per usual, we haven't done any of the rounds. So can't even give you any hints or tips on what to revise because we don't know.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate that. Excuse me. So if you did enjoy it, give us a thumbs up. That would be nice. Yeah. And we will see you again next Sunday where we can share the stuff we picked up today, which is a little bit more stuff than we picked up last week. Didn't find much last week, as you've just seen. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Whoa. Words of wisdom.
Stay safe and sanitize.
No. We need new words of wisdom now.
Stay safe and sanitize.
Sorry, you're getting the same words every week. It's not on.